So joint programming in Cambodia has a sort of long history in many ways, in that we, as European member states and European group of partners, because that includes Switzerland, we've worked together for a long time. In 2008 we already had a division of labour agreed between us, and then when the Council conclusions came out about joint programming, we undertook a feasibility study to see if we could, if Cambodia would be an appropriate context for such a joint initiative. In 2012, that feasibility study concluded that it would be, that we had a lot of things in place to take forward joint programming, including synchronization with government strategies, synchronization with member states' programming timetables, most importantly synchronization with the European Commission's own programming timetable. And we just decided that we should take advantage of this opportunity and go for it. In 2013 we did a lot of work to develop the joint program. We started with political economy analysis to really discuss with member states and discuss internally what country context we were working in and how best we should position ourselves with our European values and principles within that country context. We also had the arrival of Switzerland around that time, who asked whether they could join the European group, and were very keen on aid effectiveness and ensuring aid effectiveness with their programming. And we were able to bring them in, and they expressed interest in joint programming, and I think that was a very positive dynamic for our group of member states. In terms of value added, I think for ourselves as European partners, it's a huge thing, hugely important in terms of our leverage and our voice. And I'm really proud sometimes when I sit in sector policy discussions and I hear my colleagues from the European partner group saying, "Oh, us as the European partners, we have agreed this or we think that," because it's very much carrying that voice into a number of different forums where we have to recognise that we can't be present all the time. It's been very good also in focusing down on division of labour and dividing up the task, the work to be done. Making use of and sharing analysis done by member states between ourselves, giving trust to a lead European partner to take forward our key principles and approaches in different sectors. So I think there's a lot to be said about our voice and the ability we have to influence the larger development partner community, who see us now more as a joined up bloc, and also to influence beyond that with government. Part of that recognition, I think, in the development partner community was, in fact, the European delegation being elected as lead development partner facilitator in Cambodia recently, on behalf of all other development partners. So I think it's in the 2 years that we were undertaking joint programming, we were really able to give a lot more visibility to our role and visibility on our concerns, and also visibility on the financing that we're actually providing as a group, which I think was very important. It helped us that we were a small group. So I have 4 resident European member states and 1 resident European partner in country, and we were able as a small group definitely to discuss a lot and spend a lot of time together. We also didn't have any member state that was hugely important versus the rest of them in terms of portfolio size. So we were more or less on an equal footing, so I think that was also helpful. And we also benefited from a development cooperation context in Cambodia. It's quite structured around aid effectiveness, with lots of sector working groups in the development partner community, and with a big push from government to focus on results. So we were also able to promote our joint programming around our joint results focus. Other things that were important, I think, were the fact that we had an external facilitator who's been with the group for a long time, built a lot of trust between member states and ourselves. I also think that the personality of the people was critical, because you need people who are willing and constructive. At the beginning, everybody agreed that we would go for it, and those people have stayed throughout the process. And that continuity has really helped us.